And away we go. It is the Nightcap, brought to you by Hail Mary's Sports Bar right here on BearcatJournal.com. Go visit our good friends at Hail Mary's. They're located in Cheviot. They're right on Harrison Avenue, so you can you're in the Dora district. You can go from bar to bar with your drinks, or you can just hang out at Hail Mary's. They've got 27 TVs. They've got a 9-screen video wall. They have the DirecTV Sports package, so you can watch all the games, and of course, Cincinnati sports will always be on the video wall. They have a brand new walk-in cooler, brand new draft lines, and of course, Cincy Light on tap in a 32.8 degree frosted glass. All right, did you get your vape in?
We're good. Yeah, that's on me.
All right, let's get it started. 3 keys: Central Florida, the Middle Florida Institute of Hospitality, coming to town Saturday at noon. So let's talk about it, Aaron. What you got?
Let's. This one, Cincinnati's favored by 10.5 right now. They opened up opened at 10.5, so it hasn't moved. That over-under, the over-under has gone down a point from 56.5 to 55.5. My first key: come out hot again. I don't mean you have to score on every drive in the first half. I think that's a little out over the skis a little bit, but I think that if you're able to set the pace in the first half for what you want to do, you should be able to achieve dominance, and I think that that's what you want to do against UCF in this one. And you have the crowd there too, so take advantage of the home field advantage and get going early. Turn them over. We have to start seeing turnovers. We have to. I still think that as soon as we get one, we're going to get 3, because I think that once the lid finally comes off, we've seen it in basketball where guys struggle and then they finally make one and then it starts falling. I think this is going to be the same. If you can start to turn them over, I think that it's going to be contagious and it's going to start to trickle through the defense. But you've got to.
I'll believe it when I'm done counting on it. I just don't think it's going to happen. The funny thing is, Aaron, we didn't expect them to get a lot of pressure on the quarterback, but they've been getting sacks. We thought it was going to be the other way, right? They're not going to get a lot of sacks, so you're going to need to get turnovers. They haven't got turnovers, but they have been getting some pressure. So I don't know. I can't count on it until I see it start happening. We're 5 games in. They've had 1 turnover that mattered. I don't count Northwestern State. They have 1 turnover that mattered. And the same guy cost them both, right?
Yep.
I think it was Peak in Northwestern State.
That's what I got. And control the clock. I think if you control the clock, you control the game. That is pretty much a rule of thumb. But in this one, you with UCF and what they're able to do running the ball at times, you don't want to see them start to control the clock and take your offense off the field. Because again, I don't expect them to score every drive the first set. It'd be great if they did. But the more that you control the clock, the more that you control the pace of the game, the more that you control what your offense is able to do, and the more that you're able to keep their offense off the field. So I think if you control the clock, and that's something that this team has quite honestly not been great at over the course of the season.
Yeah, I just don't know that it's I think the converse is true. You have to make sure Central Florida doesn't control the clock. I don't know that it matters a ton. The way that this offense is marching up and down the field as quickly as they are, I don't think it matters a ton that Cincinnati controls the clock. I do think it's important that Central Florida doesn't have these 10, 12 play, 6-minute, 7-minute drives that, as we've seen, can cool off Brendan Sorsby in this offense. I do think that's important. I don't know, if Cincinnati continues on the path that they've been on, I don't think they're built to have a lot of long, sustained drives. Do you?
I guess it kind of depends. We haven't seen a game where they've really leaned heavily on the run game.
But Aaron, when they've ran it, they're getting like 8 yards a carry. Like,
enough.
so, you know, you got to lean on the run game when you're getting like 3, 4, 5 yards a carry. They're popping almost a first down every run. Like, I don't know. I don't know for this offense how
Well,
critical that is.
I guess it's just crazy though. How is it important that you don't let UCF control the clock?
Right.
But
I mean, but you see what I'm saying, right? Like,
I do, but I guess I still want to see them. I don't know. I still want to see them control the clock. Like, I just want this to be where they just dominate completely.
no, I get you. I get you. I know what you're saying. I think it's weird. Like, it's a weird thing that, like, you don't want them to do it. But the reality is they're probably going to if this offense continues to function like it has functioned. The other team is going to control the clock because you're just not gonna, because you're moving up and down the field pretty quick.
Maybe it should have been stop on third downs then. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I get what you're saying. Like, I don't disagree with you, because I do think it's important that you don't want UCF to, like, just grind you out and keep your offense on the sidelines. But then if the offense is coming out and, you know, it's the old Brian Kelly 2009 Cincinnati Bearcats where everybody's like, the defense is on the field too much. Man, you're telling the offense to not score fast?
If they're scoring, that's fine. But if not, then
I get it.
An issue.
I get it. I don't disagree. I just think this is a weird team in that regard. I don't think they need to control the clock to be effective. Key to victory number 1, low miles. Got to keep Miles Montgomery in control. You got to keep him in check. As we talked about last night on the BCJ pod, they're not an efficient running team on a snap-by-snap basis. But when Miles Montgomery gets a crease, he's going to make a big play. So you've got to keep the tread off, tread on the tires. You want to keep him from getting those 20, 30-yard gains, because he's not going to get a lot of, at least so far, he's not going to get a lot of 6, 7-yard gains. It's going to be a lot of 2, because their offensive line isn't great.
Right.
You got to keep him in those 2, 3, 4, 5-yard gains and make sure he doesn't bust 3, 4 of those where he's just sprinting down the field with defenders trying to catch him. He's got some speed. He's got some wheels. He's going to take advantage if they give him a crease. Cincinnati, Jake Golday, Dante Corleone, Jalen Hunt, those 3 guys specifically, Christian Harrison coming up in run support, Antoine Peak coming up in run support. You've got to keep him around the line of scrimmage and do not let him get to open grass, because that's where he can be dangerous. I think it's really important for a clean pocket here. I think they're going to be able to run the ball. I think they're going to run the ball a lot. But when you drop Brendan Sorsby back to pass, they can get after the passer. They can cause havoc. They can move him off his spot. They can create problems with their pass rush, with their front 4. And they do it a lot with their front 4. They don't do it with a lot of blitzing. They try to do it man up and just beat you. So this is going to be another big test for this offensive line. They have passed them all really well so far, but let Sorsby sit back there and pick their pass defense apart when they do throw. Like I said, I do think they're going to run. I think they're going to run successfully against Central Florida. But when you throw, be efficient, get back there and get into some of those longer developing routes if they're doing their job. Because I think they can beat Central Florida down the field with the deep ball. And then, much like you, start fast. Central Florida is not a team that can pass. They are a team that wants to run, control the clock, and keep this kind of a low-scoring rock fight kind of deal. Exactly what they did against Kansas, right? It was 27-20, not a high-scoring game. Middle Florida's got the ball at the 1-yard line, 4 chances to get in the final minutes, and they can't get in. But if Cincinnati's up 2-3 touchdowns, you're going to force them to throw, and that's just not the strength of what they do. That is not their bread and butter. So start fast, keep them on their heels as it appears like we have lost Aaron here for the time being. But I don't think we're all that different this week. I want to be with Aaron here on the turnovers. I want to see a team that can start winning that turnover battle 2-3-1, 2-0, something like that. I just need to see it to believe it because they have not been good at it so far this year. So there you go. Those are my 3 keys to victory. Those are Aaron's 3 keys to victory. Aaron has left us. So I guess that's going to do it. Short one for you tonight. We were going to get into is he back? Is he back?
I think I might be. I don't know.
He's back. We got him.
I don't know.
We got him, ladies and gentlemen. We got him.
Internet's been terrible today. We had an outage for like 2 hours. I don't know what's going on.
Do you want to get into the new transfer portal stuff before we go?
Yeah, we got a little bit of time here. So the rules of the new transfer portal, because we've seen things get a little wonky with when a coach is fired and what have you. As we've seen a couple firings already this season, but I guess just one. We didn't see the Bill Belichick one yet. But as the new rules state, we already knew that there was going to be a single window running from January 2nd to January 16th. Grad transfers enter at the same time as everyone else. And when there is a head coach change, players now have a 15-day window to enter the portal, and it will occur after a new coach is hired. Can't just enter all willy-nilly as soon as your coach is gone, who you did commit to, by the way.
I don't hate this. I genuinely don't. I think it does. It changes a lot for the middle of the season coach firings, because you're not going to hire a new coach until after the season. So that's probably the biggest impact, is it pushes that out. But it also, I don't mind the new coach getting a shot, like at least getting a chance to meet with the guys and sell a vision. That's one of the hardest things about where we're at with all of this right now. The minute a coach is gone, the entire roster is pretty much gone. And that sucks for the new guy coming in. I think it's more fair to actually give whatever the new staff is a shot to meet with his new players. If they don't buy that, if they're not buying into the messaging, then they're going to go into the portal anyway. I don't know that I mind it. Like I don't know that it's something, because it can be a bunch of things, right? Like a coach leaving, it's not a coach getting fired, a coach leaving for a new job. There's different kinds of a coach leaving because of a scandal, whatever. Like there's different kinds of coaching changes. I don't hate giving the new guy a shot.
I guess it just, first off, I don't think any of it really matters. We've seen that the transfer portal,
not really.
The transfer portal is kind of, it's almost a figurehead, if you will, for lack of a better term, I guess, because you don't actually have to abide by the rules. You can still just enter the portal and go play for another school and get paid, and it doesn't really actually matter. We saw that happen with BYU, as the quarterback has some shit go down, and
I still don't understand how that happened. Like I don't get it. Like that guy should not have been able to enter the transfer portal until
he didn't. He didn't enter the transfer portal. He just went and applied to go to another school, as a student is allowed to do. But happened to be good at football.
Able to play on their football team.
Good luck telling a kid right now that you have to sit out. The NCAA has no leg to stand on.
He walked on, so there's nothing really anybody could do about it. He wasn't on scholarship, so he doesn't apply to the rules. It's just weird. And now with NIL and rev share and all that,
he can get paid.
Yeah, your scholarship doesn't really. It's not the old days, like where he doesn't have. It's not like he's paying for his own school. That part's weird. But I don't hate this. I don't hate this in theory.
I think what it does is it probably forces your administration to keep a coach on staff longer than you really want to.
Right.
I don't know that you're going to see these midseason firings any longer, because at the end of the day, the kid's committed to play for the coach who's at the helm, and to fire him in the middle of the season because it's not going well, I don't know that you're going to see that any longer with this rule in place, as people try and abide by the new transfer portal rules. And I don't know, we'll see. But I just, if you want to keep your team intact and give the next guy a chance, you're probably not going to be doing these types of things until you're ready to make the move. But I also bring the next guy in.
Yeah, I saw something today that I didn't get a chance to dive in on because I've been running around like a chicken with my head cut off all day. That it might have been Dellinger, but he surveyed a bunch of school presidents, and like 80% of them think the House settlement is going to be bad for college athletics when they all signed off on the House settlement. What are we doing?
Well, because they want it, everyone is resistant. They all want it to be the way it used to be, and that's simply not the way it's going to be. This is your new future. This is where we're at, and it's going to continue to move forward until we're unionized. And that's still, I don't think it's in that distant. I don't think it's in that distant in the future.
I still do, because I just don't know how it works.
Well,
like,
because
what is unionized? Conferences, schools.
It'll start. That's how it'll start until it gets organized well, unless it goes into this weird thing that they're trying to do where it's not the NCAA anymore. But that's a whole different conversation.
I mean, it might have to go to that before we get actual, like, legitimate unionization, because like right now in college basketball, you're dealing with 330 schools, in college football, 136 or whatever schools. There's very few of those schools that have the same mission, like that have the same business structure, I guess is probably the better way to put it. So you're dealing with a bunch of places that have different operating goals, operating, like, you know, like what's their mission? And you're going to ask them to all abide by the same unionization, even though there's 20 of them that want to be this, and there's 40 of them that want to be this, and there's 100 of them that want to be this. Like, I think it's hard to say we're going to unionize, like in pro sports, Aaron, except for baseball. They all kind of have like the same vision in mind.
Yeah.
And they operate under the same pretense. Baseball, because they don't have a salary cap, they don't have a salary floor. There's teams out there, like you have teams with $250 million payrolls and teams with $25 million payrolls. That's not the same fucking thing. But that's kind of what you're like. That's what college sports will look like if it tries to unionize, as it currently is constructed.
Again, I think that's a whole different conversation for the offseason when we have nothing else to talk about. But I did want to bring up, before we get out of here, the Cincy on the black helmet is fire.
I like it. I think I want to see it live. I always want to see it like in person. I don't think I like it as much as the red. That red is just crispy.
The red pops. Well, I told Rachel today, it looked like a candied apple out there.
Yeah, it looks great. So I think I like it. I like it with the Cincy word mark on the red. I don't think it works with the black because it doesn't have the Cincy. So I think you had to go red top with that particular helmet. But I think I like black, red, black. We don't get to see it very often. So I'm a big fan of that one. I like it a lot.
Should be fun, and wear black on Saturday.
Come early, be loud, wear black. All right, that's gonna do it. We will we'll see you Saturday. That is the Nightcap, brought to you by Hail Mary Sports Bar, right here on BearcatJournal.com.
See ya.